Okay. Um, welcome. Welcome back, Dreamers, Doers. Today, today is one of them ones. This is Today I get to talk to someone who has literally been there for me since the beginning. And this podcast, I started it because I was inspired to understand how one can bridge a gap from their dream and what they aspire to become and then achieving it. The woman in front of me epitomizes what it is to not only like go through what she's been able to overcome, but do it with such grace and make it look good while doing it. All the way in Africa, and I am incredibly excited to get to sit down with the one and only my mother. And this one gonna be good. This is a special one for me in so many more ways than one. And I am looking forward to everything Mama Deuce got to say. You hear me?
Yes.
What's up, Mama?
What's going on, baby?
All right now. So how you feeling?
I'm feeling amazing.
You feeling good?
Yes, this has been an amazing trip. I
Yeah.
came here to celebrate my 50th, and it's just been a dream come true in so many different ways. So this has been it's been very nice.
Yes. You flew all the way to South Africa.
Yes.
This your first time in Africa?
This is my first time in Africa. My first time flying on a plane for that long.
Mm-hmm.
And it was worth every mile, every second, and it's just been amazing. Like from the moment got off the plane and had you there with the welcome sign and the flowers to greet me here, and then as we rallied through Cape Town, and it's just been surprise after surprise, and has allowed me to really just sit in gratefulness of all that I am and what I've created.
Created. That you did. I obviously, we had conversations all the time. We talk about a little bit of everything.
We do.
And I think it's just really interesting kind of looking back. Like, I'm sure like reflecting, have you had like a chance to just reflect? I mean, you came out here to celebrate your 50th, the big 50
Yes.
in the middle of Africa.
Yeah.
With your firstborn.
Yes.
So for the audience, so if y'all don't know, my mother is originally from Chicago, Illinois. She was pregnant with me at 16 years old. She had me at 17 and walked across her stage, graduating high school, grabbing her diploma, and picked me up right when she got off that stage.
Yes.
And you are sitting in the middle of Africa right now with that same boy
Man.
celebrating your 50th.
Man. Just get goosebumps just thinking about it. It's just, yeah, it makes me speechless, because never in a million years would I have thought we would be here. Me and your dad, two teenagers on the south side of Chicago. When you very first came to in the world, we looked at you and we was like, he looking at us to do everything. We're responsible for him.
Right.
And, it became a journey of love, because the both of us, we had a whole lot of that we needed, that we wanted to give. And, living in Chicago, going to high school, pregnant in 1993, it was, ironically to say, very popular. A lot of my graduating class did have children, and I was one of the few that were able to graduate, because my grandmother, who's education, she made sure that I had a teacher that came in every day to bring me my homework while I was pregnant. I couldn't go to class anymore because I was so big. One time, the football team, two of the football players had to pull me out the desk because I was like stuck. Yeah. So,
Damn.
right. But I was trying to go. I was still going. I was big. But once I couldn't go no more, then I had to stay at home. But I still got my diploma. I had to go to summer school because one of the teachers didn't think it was fair for me to graduate with the class because he didn't think I should have been there. I passed his class, but he wanted to make it a little challenging for him, which that was okay because how grandma and guy works. They said, all right, we gonna do what we do. And I got all A's in summer school and then graduated, grabbed my 6-month-old baby. Yeah, it's really a dream come true to have now 32 years later to have that child that I picked up to fly me to South Africa to celebrate my 50th birthday. And then the element of planning and everything that you did is just, yeah, it rendered me speechless. And anybody knows me knows I'm not short on words. But I didn't have any words from, like I say, from the time you picked me up. You don't know, but that welcoming has been a dream of mine for a very long time. I went to Mexico one time and I asked for a driver to come pick me up from the airport to get that feeling, and he didn't do it right. So when you had that sign and it's my son, it was just, I'm like, oh, this trip is going to be magical. Because I didn't expect that, and then you have a driver for me. I'm like, oh my God, we got a driver. I'm like, how do I do that?
Yeah, straight up.
But, and then my birthday, it was from the time I woke up, literally a band in the front room, xylophone, saxophone, which is my favorite instrument.
Yeah.
You didn't even know that, and that man played. He played like he was playing from his heart, and I felt it.
Yeah.
That started it, and then to pull up at 12 Apostles, I didn't know what it was, but then to find out it's a spa, baby. Baby, I'm like, I literally felt like a princess, just so excited to see, well, what's next, and that was just beautiful. I got a massage in the mountains, a facial, and I got lost in the place so much that you had to have somebody come get me.
He was in that joint lost. I didn't know where mama was at.
I was
like, she here somewhere.
It was so much fun.
Yeah.
And then the helicopter ride, thought I was going to dinner, and we flying above Cape Town.
That's a fact.
And that was on my bucket list.
Yeah. I didn't even know that.
On my bucket list. And we didn't even talk about, I am a Leo.
Yeah.
So, and I'm in South Africa.
Facts.
It's only right for me to see the lion.
I know. We had to do that one.
And you took me there to see the lions.
Yeah.
And I guess we got I felt like a pretty personal and up close visit, although Leo, he was asleep. But he knew I was there.
Them lions was close.
It was close. It was close. It was such a beautiful experience. Yeah. And all I could say was thank you and thank you, but thank you just didn't seem like enough because you don't understand. Like, it's a culmination how I felt in that moment, not only for me, but for your dad, his dad, my grandma, everybody that has gone on. I know they're just elated. And I felt like I was a representative to receive all of that for them. So that's why I say thank you just didn't seem like enough.
That's amazing.
Yes.
The Big 5-0 is one of those milestones that you never know, like, what to expect, how to reflect, what's going to come next. Some people look at it like a midway and they don't know how this negative, positive, like it's one of them,
right.
And I'm just glad you enjoyed it, and being in a place for the first time. I always say you can never experience the first again.
Yeah.
And we were able to experience that helicopter ride for the first time together. And but just like kind of taking things back, understanding like where you came from, how you grew up, to making transitions from Chicago to Iowa, to raising four boys. You know, I'm the oldest of four,
Mm-hmm.
and all of us in our own right are doing what we love to do, and we're finding our way.
Mm-hmm.
Like, as a parent, like with you and Pops, was y'all ever scared? Like, what was that like being teenage parents trying to figure it out and looking down like, okay, we got boys, black boys that we got to raise, and the statistics is against us by a mile.
Mm-hmm.
How are we gonna do this? Like, did y'all ever think about that? Or
Yes, I think that was probably at the forefront that, born on the south side of Chicago, in 1993, the violence had gotten up there, and being a black man, period, in America, you got certain things that you have to keep in mind.
mm,
But then in the south side of Chicago, those things kind of amplify sometimes. And the violence got to the point where we had to leave.
mm,
So you were about 9 months. We left right after, I think, your dad's birthday, which is in October. So it was right around Halloween time. And it got to the point where the shooting was just getting too much.
mm,
And grandma was like, you can't raise that baby here. And me and your dad was like, we have a son, we got a little black boy. We can't raise him on the south side of Chicago. We thought about it.
yeah,
We thought maybe, but we just knew it wasn't, it didn't feel safe.
mm-hmm,
Okay. Like how we grew up. Your nana had just recently moved to Clinton, Iowa with your auntie Darlin because Darlin was in them streets and that she had to save her baby girl. So they moved to Clinton. And so then, yeah, I think they moved to Clinton in like August of 93, of 92, actually. They left in 92. And we moved in October of 93.
okay, okay,
And we moved with dirty clothes because we ain't have no money.
mm.
Grandma bought a ticket and had our baby. You always had stuff. Now, we might have looked like who would have thought it and why. But baby, you was clean.
Yeah.
You was clean because, that's one thing we knew. We just wanted to give you everything that we knew we had plus some.
Mm.
So, but yeah, to answer your question, yeah, we were scared.
Mm.
There were several times, especially right when we had to make that decision on leaving Chicago, leaving behind everything we knew,
Mm.
and I was a church girl. Your dad, he kind of was out there in the streets and kind of had more awareness of life, as I would say, than I did, and so I was just kind of following him.
Mm.
Like, okay, well, whatever you say, Herschel, and we got this baby, so yeah. And we literally grew up together. Like, I remember the very first Thanksgiving. You had just started walking. And I don't know what I was cooking, but I put the grease in the pot, in the pan, in the container, and it was still hot. So it all fell out on the ground. And I just remember just crying and crying and crying. And your dad, he started laughing. And he was like, what's wrong?
Yeah.
It happens.
Mm-hmm.
And that was my first time ever attempting to make a Thanksgiving meal. So I was trying to do stuff good. And he cleaned it all up. You came and fell in it. And so that made us laugh.
Mm.
And then we went next door and had dinner because I think your nana and them had left or something. But it was those kind of moments when I would say, I don't know what I'm doing.
Yeah.
I need grandma.
Mm.
I'm gonna have to go back home. Grandma gonna have to help me raise this baby because I don't know what I'm doing. I don't know what I'm doing.
Yeah.
But yeah, and you were a good boy. You didn't give us no problems, and so I always say I'm so thankful I had sons because boys is easy.
Mm.
Give them something to eat, make sure they fed, keep them entertained. You good.
Yeah.
And but yeah, we had our moments. I know I did. I feel like your dad he always had this assuredness about himself that I don't know if he was ever really scared. He probably was. But I think only in the beginning is when he told me, like, yeah, I'm a little scared how we gonna raise this baby. Like, we just babies. But we did. But after that, I was always leaning on him. He was always my strength. He was always like, we gonna do this. We gonna make it, you know? That's how the Dixo raps became. You know, I'm kind of fast forward, but
Them jokers was fire.
Dixo raps. I literally came in that day. I think it was after one of y'all's games.
Yeah.
On our way home, I'm telling him, I'm like, we have no food. There's nothing in the refrigerator. You know they're all hungry. He like, we good, Boosie. And I'm like, we didn't get paid till like the next day or 2 days. I'm like, I'm finna just go write a check. He's like, no, you ain't got to do that. He went to the house, and I literally went right in the kitchen. And I pulled everything out. I was like, we ain't got nothing. I went upstairs, came back down, and he's cooking.
Yeah.
I said, what? He's like, just wait and see. And that's how Dixo Raps was created.
Yeah.
So it doesn't matter what we had. We always had enough. We always had enough. And even sometimes when I couldn't see it or couldn't feel it, God always gave him the strength to be that kind of solid, stable mind. It's good. We gonna be all right.
Man, that's amazing.
Yeah.
You know, and I always say growing up, you know, you don't know what you don't know. Right. And then as kids, it's like, I always say, like, you know, you don't know really like what you lack until you go someplace and then you see more of whatever it is that you comparing what you got. You know what I'm saying?
That's very true.
And I think like while you ain't growing up as kids, it's just like when you're going outside and you playing and you having a good time, and then like it's okay whatever shoes you got on, whatever you're wearing, you know what I'm saying? Because like it's everybody doing the same thing.
Right.
But I think like when you talk about comparison, and that's such a real thing, it just takes away from your overall joy if you get caught into that cycle. So, you know, you said something just now that I thought was beautiful, and you kind of were hinting at the fact about like scarcity and how that like would affect somebody. But you said when you God always provides and you always had enough.
Always had enough.
When did you adopt this mentality from scarcity to abundance? Like, what did that look like for you? Like, did it take a minute for you to grasp it? Are you still learning it? Like how did that come about?
So yes, I am still learning it. I think feel like it's a lifelong journey, but I have come a long way. My mindset used to be there was never enough. Like I felt like I was always behind the 8 ball. It can't make it. We got to do this. We got to do that. It started changing when you kids got older. And I think the first time one of y'all said, y'all never knew we didn't have. Like, we always had. And I'm thinking to myself, like, they have no clue. And me and your dad's, before he passed, we had a conversation and we laughed about it. Like, they don't know that the whole basketball team was financed on payday loans. He was like, no, we was having a good time.
That's it.
We was having a good time. So I guess, you know, after I started realizing that and unpacking that, I was like, there is abundance. And it's abundance. It was always just money. And then I began to see the abundance of love, the abundance of joy, and the importance of the abundance of health. Now, when I started to understand the importance of health is the real wealth, because it helps your mind become clear to appreciate the abundance. Because I feel like if you're too clogged up with the conditioned lifestyle of what you've been been put on you layers and layers of growing up. It's in your DNA, you know. When you don't realize how much your environment has conditioned you to think a certain way. Okay? I didn't realize that growing up, I used to see the insufficient funds from the checks. It didn't dawn on me. I used to see it. I didn't know what it was. But then I grew up and I was doing it and it felt okay. And then I realized, oh, wait a minute. This is not okay. But it was a condition that I was used to seeing. So I kind of put it together and was like, no, baby girl, that's not okay. It's bringing you more stress. You don't need to have a negative in your account all the time.
Yeah.
You know? And it was little things. So then I began to say, okay, I have a job. Like I've always been working. I've always had a job. So I just need to make sure my money lasts till my paycheck. And so it was little things like that that I started understanding. I started walking back to from when I was younger to say, why do I think like this? Why is this like this? You know, the questions really started coming out probably in about 2021. And I really started saying, why do I always think I don't have anything? And I'm always taken care of. And I have a lot. But I'm always, oh, I don't have, I wish I had, girl gone.
Yeah.
It's just a switch of the perception for me. And I say it's a lifelong thing because I still have to tell myself, you're good. You have enough of everything you want and everything you need. And when you have everything you need and the majority of what you want, what's the problem? That's what I ask myself now. You know? So abundance is one of my favorite affirmations. Abundance is my birthright. Period. God created everything. He has the gold, the rubies, the diamonds, everything out here. It's all because of him.
Wow. Abundance is my birthright. I love that.
It's your birthright.
It makes me think like, you know, if abundance obviously is what we deserve and what we're here for, it's like, why do we wake up and we make what we want to receive, what we ask for so difficult? You know what I'm saying? It's like, why can't we just wake up and choose greatness each day? You know, it's like when a person says they want to be happy, why not just be happy? You know what I mean? Like obviously, you know, the practicality of everything, there's things, places, events that might make somebody upset. But the emotion you give to that, like the weight of you give to that emotion, I think is what carries how you behave. You know what I mean? So I don't know. I just love that. Abundance is your birthright. I think that's a healthy reminder for everybody that you're deserving and you're worthy to have whatever it is you aspire to have.
Exactly.
You know?
Everything.
You talked about something about just pretty much just being grateful, right? And having this idea and switching of the flicker of perception, right? I think it's inspiring. I think it's amazing. And I just think it's quite frankly, it's a miracle how someone like yourself has been able to grow up and shed layers of yourself to reinvent yourself constantly from the 16-year-old that was pregnant to maybe the 25-year-old landing her job in corporate or to always working to being a wife to, you know, having 4 kids to going to Texas to now traveling the world to being a poet, yoga. Like, can you talk about, 'cause as your son, I'm also incredibly curious. Like, you just continue to do it so effortlessly. You just make up your mind. You say, I'm going to change my avatar and this is who I want to become. And then you just do it. And you do it so fearless, which I think sometimes the scariest thing can do sometimes. Like, how do you do that? And when do you, like, how do you decide what it is that you want to do? Like, is it just something that's telling you to do it? Are you fooled to do it? Like, how are you so effectively reinventing yourself the way that you have over these years and just keeping a smile on your face the way that you do?
Well, thank you. First of all, that was a very nice compliment. I really appreciate because you never look at yourself like that, and I was like, oh yeah, I guess I have. So
Mm,
thank you. Thank you for that observation. It started back in Cedar Rapids. I think it was probably 2012. I came across a life coach named Jennifer Lewis,
mm,
and it was living life without limits.
mm,
Okay, so she has this living fearless and limitless. So that's what she started the coaching program. I was one of her first students. And the things that I went through and she uncovered and showed me of who I am, like I can do this. I can be whoever I want to be if I choose that. Now, a lot of times you have to make the decision to rock with you solely. And what I mean by that is that if you look for validation outside of you, you will never do anything.
mm,
Now, don't get me wrong. I ask people for their opinions, but a lot of times when I feel something very strong in me, I got to do it. I'll give you an example. When I made the choice to leave Iowa to go to Houston,
mhm,
I had went and visited mom in Arizona, in Phoenix. I had never been to Houston before. Okay,
mm,
I thought I was going to go and move to Arizona, right? Because I'm like Iowa. I needed more. Delon had just graduated from high school. He was going to Howard. You had just graduated, were about to graduate from college, and you were going to Texas. I think your internship or something was about to go down there. And so I'm in this space like, do I want to stay in Iowa or do I want to leave? And so as simple as this sounds, I saw a friend on Facebook that had been to Houston and to Phoenix. I haven't talked to this man in 20 some years.
mhm,
I said, which one did you like the most? He said, Houston. I said, you know me. Well, you know the little B. Which one do you think I would like? He said, Houston. I said, okay. I thought about it. I went to sleep. It kept coming up.
mm,
It kept coming up. I said, I'm going to Houston. I talked to Auntie Di, and she was crying about she didn't have nobody down there. And I was like, well, your kids down there. She's like, I want you to come. And I was like, you want me to come?
mm,
And then you were going. So I was like, oh, I'm going to Houston.
mhm,
I'm moving to Texas. Nobody really thought I was serious in Iowa because they'll tell you now, Stephanie about had a heart attack, my best friend. She's like, what? I told her I was going.
yeah,
But when I said, I'm leaving next week, she's like, oh, you're really going? Yes, I'm really going.
yeah,
And I packed up the car with my 8-year-old and I drove in the Kia. Got to Missouri. The car stopped. I said, girl, you crazy. Why are you doing this? You need to go back to Iowa.
the car stopped.
The car stopped. I got over in the gas station and I called JD Byrider because I can't afford no regular car. I got to go through JD Byrider. The lady on the other end told me to get something to clean the gas. Ben Vonnie was like, oh, what do you think is wrong? I think I'm sure we'll be okay. And I'm just crying. We go into Dairy Queen. I get him the slush. He's like, get you one too, Mom. I'm like, no, you just drink it.
Yeah.
Put that stuff in that gas tank. And we rolled
What?
and made it to Houston. It did not stop again.
What?
Now, once we got to Houston, I had trouble, but I was there at that point.
Mhm,
I didn't care. And so when things like that happen, it's what I call faith boosters. I've given it a name now. And so when I was able to make that trip from Iowa to Houston, I feel like I could do anything.
mm,
And before that, I think what got me to the point to know that I could do that is I graduated from college. I graduated from college. I went to Kirkwood and I went to Mount Mercy and I got my degree. I got a 4-year bachelor's degree. That was huge for me because I never thought I was going to do it. And my grandmother got to see me do it
Sure did.
right before she passed.
Yeah.
She died 3 months after I graduated, 4
Wow.
months after I graduated.
Wow.
So that, I was like, oh, I got something. I can do things. I can do hard things. I did Houston. And then once I got to Houston, something shifted because I just drove all those hours with this 8-year-old. I'm the only one driving.
Yeah.
You know, we stopped. I was a little nervous about stopping, but we had to stop so I could sleep. And, you know, I had all my stuff in the car. But we stopped at a place that everybody in the hotel had Texas plates. I said, well, isn't this something? Vonnie thought that was just the coolest thing. He said, it's our family. It's our new family. But, you know, it once. So I was like, I got to Houston.
Yeah.
I did the hard thing. That was 2 really big, hard things. Now, mind you, my life, I've raised with your dad. We've raised 4 children. I know what we could do, but it was me having the confidence in myself to trust myself fully and then to really let my faith go in God and see how he guided me. Well, now I started thinking, well, to start testing the waters. Well, can I do this? Well, can I do that? That's when you say reinventing. That's what I do.
Okay.
I get bored, kind of like, oh, I don't really like this no more. What else could I do? Like when I went skydiving, that was also a start for me.
Yeah.
So let me see if I can do a hard thing. I jumped out of a plane. It was amazing. I did that in Iowa.
Yeah.
And that was a big faith booster. Like, oh, I can do hard things. So I feel like once you start to realize that, and then you give your own self that internal validation, and you got to, now I got to tell you, I talk to God like that's my homeboy. So it's a relationship, and I'm like, Lord, what's going on? Like, I need for you to help me understand this. And he talks to me because I get still. I'm very intentional about solitude because I understood that I had a lot of noise going on, and your thoughts are not always correct. So I had to kind of you get quiet, and I'll feel things. Like we've been talking lately, and I'm like, 2 years ago, I stay at my job for forever. But now I'm looking like, I don't know if I want to keep doing it. I don't know if I want to. And it's not my job specifically. It's the corporate life, you know. I've been doing it since I was 23, you know.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. You did. There was I think one of the biggest switches or changes that I saw, you know, I want to say like 4-5 years ago, maybe, was when you decided to switch up your eating habits. And the reason why I think that was so like just interesting, really, because one, watching it in real time, seeing it by somebody, you know, you love and care about, and you're watching them genuinely change their life consistently, and they're disciplined and they're sticking to it. And I know how difficult it can be to be consistent with food in general. And you decided to, I think you were even further past vegan at some point. You're like plant-based.
I was like alkaline for a little.
Yeah. Like what sparked that? Like when you went on this health journey to just want to be more like, and just like purify yourself in that regard, like what made you want to do that?
So emotions take people to different places. Grief was my emotion. My entire life up until that point, I was probably, I think I was about 43, 44, like I remember. I hadn't had a lot of death in my life. I didn't have a lot of people dying, you know. Now, growing up in Chicago, you have people you hear get shot and that kind of thing, but it doesn't affect you like that. Nobody in my family. I had my grandmother pass in 2014. She's who raised me. And then I had my auntie Da, who's like a sister to me. She passed in 2018. And then my best friend, your dad, passed away in 2020. I was very upset because those were the 3 people that I knew that knew me better than I knew myself. And so I was angry. And I felt the emotion turning into something ugly. And I didn't want to be that person.
Mm.
And so I remember being in my room on Haven Springs one day, and I asked God, I was like, God, I don't want to be angry no more. What do I need to do to take this stuff out of me and make me who I like to be, who I want to be. I want to be around. I want to like to be around me. I didn't like me at that point. And I came across scrolling on Facebook, Up for Blends. It's like, what is this? And it was a young lady, Chantel, that had healed her body from all of these ailments. And I wasn't, let's get it straight. I was not exercising. I was not a dieter. I didn't do all the detox thing. My friends tell me they're going to exercise. Exercise for me too. That was my attitude.
Mm-hmm.
So when God is showing me, I want you to change your whole way of eating. What? And what it was so easy because he knows me well enough. Take these pills for 7 days. I'm going to tell you what to eat. Just do it and see how you feel. And I'm thinking, 7 days. I can do that because I was at a point that I didn't like me. And so when you get to a point when you're sick of you make changes.
Mm.
And not only was that, but I felt like if I did that, then I wouldn't be so sad all the time too, because I was very sad and I was very depressed and I just wanted to feel better.
Mm.
And so I started it, and then I was like, by day 3, I was like, whoa, the clarity. And at first it was just the food. So it was just me eating. I don't know if you remember when DeLon came home and before he left to move out, I had all greens in there. And he was
Yeah.
like, Mama, we ain't no food in here. Like, y'all gonna be okay. You was talking about my tea. I was drinking the tea every day and it was stinking up the house. I was like, this is because you need it. And I was doing all of it. I was doing everything that they said.
Mm.
And then once I started seeing everything shifting, I was feeling better. Then it's like, okay, you got to move. I'm like, I go walk.
Mm-hmm.
So I walk. It's like, my spirit was like, you got to move. So and then that's when you had took me out to the Texas field, the Texas fitness club, the Houston, Texas fitness. I can't think of the place. It was the
gym?
The gym. Goodness gracious. Out there in Richmond.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, we went out there and I was like, I don't like this. I went with DeLon and Dalvin, the Planet Fitness, did that a little bit. I wasn't feeling the whole workout regimen.
Yeah.
And so then one day, looking on Facebook again, came along, Awaken Yoga. I said, well, look at here.
Yeah.
I feel like I'm waking up.
Mm-hmm.
And I went there, had one class where Rashad is a black man, and I fell in love.
Wow.
Literally took 2 weeks off of work after that and did nothing but yoga.
Wow.
For 2 days straight. For two days every day.
Wow.
Yeah.
And now you're a certified
I'm a certified yoga
instructor.
Yeah. With meditation and breath work.
Wow.
And emotional alchemist.
Isn't that so crazy? It's almost like you don't know what life is trying to show you until you look at it in retrospect. Because I don't even know if we really know how good something really is until we see what it leads us to.
I know.
And see like how it got us through doors that we might not have ever saw if we didn't have that voice talking to us, helping us, guiding us. If you didn't know that you needed to do the helpful blends and you needed that clarity and that purity, like you just said, you didn't even like being around yourself.
Mm-mm.
That's just so, that's incredible. So I mean, do you ever like take a moment to stop and just think like, I'm sitting inside of a blessing or a prayer that I once talked to God about?
I do. I do quite often. And I have a lot of tears of gratefulness. And even before I came down here, I think I had me an episode where I just cry. And it's just thankfulness because I know how much I prayed for where I'm at today.
Mm.
There were so many times I say, oh God, you got to be taking me through this for somebody else.
Mm.
I gotta be going through this to be able to help another because this don't make no sense. I'm a good person. So I saw, Lord, I'm a good person. You got the wrong person. You got all this stuff happening to.
Yeah.
Trust somebody else.
Yeah.
But now I look back and I'm thankful for every step of my journey
Mm.
because I can see how, yes, I went through some times that didn't feel very good. But what I learned from those times and then what I'm able to pass on because of that. So the next person, my son doesn't have to feel that pain that I felt.
Mm.
You know what I'm saying? So it's worth it. You know, it's worth it. Sometimes, I just sit back and literally just looking at y'all. That in itself is just like, wow, God, you be doing your thing. Because I would like to take all the credit, me and your dad,
Yeah.
but y'all are some amazing young men. And to be the mother of y'all, I was chosen. It's a beautiful thing. That in itself, because as a parent, you have to understand there's a few things that you just want for your kid. You want them to be happy, and you want them to not hurt, but learn to love themselves so that they're a good human. Now, the not hurting part, I can't really do a whole lot about,
Mm.
but be there and help brace you when it comes,
Mm-hmm.
and then lend my lessons and say, hey, this is what I did. Or if I ain't never seen that, like, well, hey, baby, let's go ahead and see how we do this, or just get still. So, yes, I sit, and then since I've been here, every day I look out at that mountain, I say, God, man, thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you. I think about that 6-month-old because you had on a Guess t-shirt and Guess jeans and some Jordans, I think, or some champion shoes. You was clean.
Yeah.
I think about that little boy
Yeah.
and I'm like, wow.
That's crazy. I think it was what was he at? I think it was Carmichael. It was the other day. He said,
Yeah.
how is it to witness that, you brought somebody into this world and you get to watch their whole story unfold right before you?
Yeah.
That's really crazy to think about. You know?
It really is because and I've been doing it a lot, especially since he said that. I was like, man. I started thinking about the basketball, the baseball, the cleanings at the stadium. I don't know why that came in. Oh, we used to have some time.
Everything, boy.
Everything, the traveling, the high school, the Friday night lights, the t-shirts you made,
It's crazy.
going off to college. I think you was on a debate team.
It's that sales.
The sales team, yeah, and you won that, and just watching your progression and it's a beautiful thing. And to be able to see it 4 times, and that's what for me as a parent gives me the most joy to see how y'all grow. And now 32, like good Lord, 32.
Yeah.
And I've seen all of it. And you've always been a very good human. And that's what you want as a parent. As far as myself and your dad, we want it. You can have all the success in the world. You can have this, that, and the third.
Yeah.
But if you're not a good human being, then what is the point of all the other stuff.
Yeah, and I think that's, something that I always talk about, sometimes just to myself, is how like growing up, I feel like y'all were incredibly intentional. I know dad was too, and about how much y'all said verbally, like I love you.
Mm-hmm.
And even like listening to Pop say it, like we couldn't leave the house without hearing it, from dad.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like you don't really realize the power of what that does coming from another man
Mm.
that cares about you, and actually saying it in like a masculine way that allows you to connect with it, to be heard, to be vulnerable,
Mm-hmm.
to really just be yourself. And you know what I mean? And y'all harness like this, like culture, and is our family, like yo, we all we got, and we got enough, and we're gonna always be okay.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So I don't know. I think I'm more so just like, I think I'm just like curious, as because obviously, like you've been a parent for pretty much your whole life
Mm-hmm.
since 17,
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
um like what would you say to somebody who is maybe on this journey, or maybe you can just speak to that young woman at
Mm.
17 years old, looking, has no idea what's about to happen. You knowing what you've been through, what you've come through, what you survived, and now sitting here in the middle of Africa for the first time, like if you could say one thing to her, like what would that be?
Mm. Ah, that's a powerful question. Um, it's all about the love.
Mm,
Ah. So I probably have to tell her more than one thing. Because the fear is real.
mm,
The fear is real of not wanting to mess up. This is a life. And I get that. So I have my poem in blank canvas. It says, a mother at 17, I had to put that fun on hold.
mm,
Because now I got this little life. I got the mold and hold.
mm,
And that's it. It's turning your attention to that baby. It's not so much, I wouldn't say forget yourself, because that's something that mothers tend to do, and it just don't do us no good. But love that baby. Give that baby that love like you ain't never loved nothing else before.
mm,
And I'll tell you, that's why you heard I love you so much.
mm,
Me and your dad didn't hear it. It was not anything. If you notice, when you say it to Amma, it catches off guard sometimes.
mm,
It's nothing that was just regularly, normally said in our household. It's not every day. Mm-mm. So, the love. I would tell her, you trust yourself, because you know way more than you're giving yourself credit for, and you can take care of that baby.
mm,
Just what you know that you want for you, and you want something better for your baby, that's all you need, in my opinion. Because when you want that, you're going to go to the ends of the earth to make sure that baby has it. And it's about not controlling. You can't try to dictate every single thing that's going to happen in that baby's life, because it's going to drive you crazy. You have to let them be free. Give them the tools to be an adult. You're not raising a child, you're raising an adult.
mm.
So always be honest. Don't do that fluffy, oh, well, I don't want him to see the struggle. They got to see it a little bit sometimes.
Mm-hmm.
Be honest, communicate, make sure you're raising a thinker. We were talking about the other day.
Yeah.
When you do something crazy, why you do that? I want you to really articulate and tell me why you thought that was a good idea, you know?
Mm-hmm.
And I think for us, because of where me and your dad came from, we were a perfect blend. It was like we wanted you to have your freedom, but we want you to know that you can always come to us. And I think we built that pretty good because we talked to y'all. We didn't sugarcoat things. Y'all saw things that probably some of the average kids may not have saw at your age. That was intentional. Some of those things like your dad even showing y'all some of those movies that I was like, no, they're too young for it.
Mm-hmm.
He had a reason behind that.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to show him before the world does.
Mm-hmm.
Let him understand what's happening. You understand here at home before you get out there in the streets.
Mm-hmm.
And that was kind of our method. But yeah, I would tell a 17-year-old because she's scared, she don't know what to do. And I tell her love it. Love that baby.
Mm.
And if you don't know what that is, then you borrow somebody and you look at them. If you got to look at a TV show,
Mm-hmm.
if you got to read a book,
Mm-hmm.
but if you know how I was raised, I didn't like how I was treated in this aspect. I'm going to treat my baby different in this aspect. I liked how I was loved here. I'm going to give my baby more of that. That was really my thought process. Like, that's how you parent. That was what me and Herschel thought. Like, we give them all of everything that we liked, and let's take away what we didn't like, and let's replace that with something. So the I love you, that was a big one. We didn't hear it, or they gonna hear it all the time.
Mm-hmm.
Couldn't go nowhere. I couldn't go off the porch half the time. Well, y'all can go ahead and go to your friend's house. I could never spend a night with nobody's house. Y'all can spend the night. We gotta know the parents. This, that, and the other. So, yeah, I know that's a long. But I've always wanted that question. I wasn't as prepared as I thought I was going to be.
Yeah, that was good.
Because I really want her to know that you can do it.
Yeah.
It feels scary at first, but you just keep putting one foot in front of the other and know that baby trusts you.
Mm-hmm.
That baby trusts you.
Mm-hmm.
That baby love you. So don't think you're doing nothing wrong by the baby. As long as it's from your heart and it's true and you know you're not hurting yourself or the baby, love that baby. Don't listen to everybody else because everybody got something to say on how you should raise your kid.
Mm-hmm.
I say love and communication
is
the biggest ones.
Okay. I love that.
Yeah.
That was good. So Mom, first off, you're amazing.
Thank you, baby.
Okay. I'm lucky. My mom is an OG. Like, she's special. She got away with her words. She's able to talk to you with this angelic spirit about her that I just feel as though you don't feel from everybody. And I think it makes her so unique and how she's able to connect with people. And I think sometimes you don't give yourself enough credit for how special you really are. And I think it's not just genuinely like maybe just like you existing, but it's just your presence. It's just how you carry yourself. It's your smile. It's how genuine you are. And you're like a joy to be around.
Oh, thanks, baby.
And I don't think you should ever take it lightly because like your energy is so contagious. And people, we live and we want somebody like you around us to remind us how beautiful life can really be.
baby.
And I just want to tell you, Ma, like, you are really a living testimony of a lot of young women that don't even get to see everything that you've been able to see. And you've done it. You're doing it. And I'm proud of you.
Thank you, baby.
Turning 50 is a milestone that is so beautiful. And everywhere you go, people act like you're 30.
No.
All right. So yeah, Ma, I think your story is inspiring. It's incredible. And I just think you are a living angel to all of us, and especially to the ones you touch. And so protect that energy at all costs, in whatever you do, right? And so and continue just being you. You know what I mean?
Thank you, baby.
For real.
And that was, oh, goodness gracious. Can't out. Thank you. That was, thank you.
You're welcome, Ma.
Thank you.
Okay. So I kind of really, obviously you've been able to share so much with us, and I'm so grateful that you've been able to do so. You are epitome of a dreamer, right?
Absolutely.
And how you dream, the way you dream, and the way you and Pops used to just tell us like it was just easy. You can be and do whatever you want to be. I think that statement is so powerful because not every kid hears it enough. Or some kids just got to grow up a lot faster than they actually want to. So even if they hear it, they can't feel it. They can't believe it. Y'all allowed us to not just believe it, to actually somewhat get to a place where we feel like we could really touch it. And I felt like that planted that seed, and it carried us to just want to be dreamers.
Good.
So for you, Ma, I'm just curious, is your dream, maybe you changed as a mother, maybe it didn't, maybe it's constantly changing, I don't know. But what is like your truth when it comes to your dream? Like, does your dream uncover your truth? Do you know what that is? Are you currently working towards something right now? Or like what do you consider, I don't know, like your peace?
It's beautiful. So I've been on this mission of making dreams a reality. And the first one was the yoga certification. So that was big because I still don't believe I did that in that short amount of time. But I think, like you said, the dream is kind of ongoing. Because it kind of uncovers the truth as there's more layers that are shed. Things change. I was just thinking, even before I came here, like, what is the ultimate thing for me? Like, I'm going to South Africa for my 50th birthday. Can it get any better than that? You know what I'm saying? Like,
Fact.
So right now, I think I'm in such a beautiful place of contentment. And when I say contentment is that, I look around and I feel so much joy and happiness from all aspects of my life, and even things that may not be exactly how I expected them to be. They're just how they should be at this point. And because I've learned that, just talking right now, I'm like, yeah, the dream can be whatever, whenever. But right now, my dream is to just do nothing.
Yeah.
Nothing at all, but maybe reading a book, writing a little bit, traveling.
I love that. So you content.
Very.
That's amazing. That's amazing. I like that. I think a lot of folks, as myself, sometimes strive for that contentment. You know, it's like, how can you like search for something when I feel like everything that you need is inside of you in the first place?
Yeah.
You know, it's like sometimes I think to myself, you know, obviously we seek and we want to become great. We want to accomplish all of these things, but I don't think it's best. I don't think we should get too distracted with accomplishing so much outside of us because truthfully, I mean, the only truth that we're looking for is
It's inside.
the whole time. You know what I'm saying? So I love that. Finding that contentment means you at peace with yourself.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I don't know who it was. I think it was like Tupac talking about some. Would you rather be at war with the world? No. Would you rather be at war with yourself and peace with the world, or peace with yourself and war with the world?
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
And that's real.
So it's like I feel that. You know. So that's good. That's good. So as a dreamer and obviously a doer, you are that, and your story epitomizes it.
Yeah.
And you just keep going.
Yeah.
You know? So now obviously y'all, so my mother, she's very modest, she's very humble, she is a poet. Everybody asks me where I be getting my writing from. It's this woman in front of me. All right, so she was the traveling poet. She performs anywhere she goes. People love to hear her speak, speak, poets, you know, snap, crackle, and everything in between. All right. So look, when I started doing spoken word in college, she was just so like intrigued. Pops was like, "What you doing?" I'm like, "Yeah, like it's a thing." You know what I'm saying? So, but that really came from, honestly, I mean, like my pops always had a good way with words, very charismatic, you know, dude, smooth as can be. And mom, she has just taken it on a whole nother journey. And I love her poetry. You wrote a book with your poems.
Yes.
What's the name of your book?
Words of Honey.
Words of Honey. She called herself Chocolate Honey.
Yeah.
She loved her some honey.
Yogi.
Poetic yogi. Poetic yogi chocolate honey. Just know it got some.
It started as Chocolate Honey. But now we're the Poetic Yogi, cause
Oh Lord, when she told us chocolate honey, I said, "All right now, mama." I didn't know where she was going with it, but she said, "I am."
yes.
So look, okay. I got a question though. So based on your poetry, because you are incredibly gifted and good at what you do, and as a poet myself who enjoys just the art, and I sometimes would love to like just write more. But anyways, if you had to describe just like your life or like, you know, just your phase or maybe just a season that you're in right now, like, do you have like a title that you would maybe call this season of your life from one of your poems?
Outcome.
Outcome?
Yeah.
Have you written that poem, or is that just what you would call that right now?
And I'll just, the first line I think says it all. I love the woman I fought to become. So many days I was unsure of the outcome. Yeah, so that's, you want to go through the whole thing?
Look at
whole thing. You know I will.
Hey, that
But that's pretty much, because I was thinking about that the other day. Like, what is the poem? Like, that's pretty much culminates everything right now. Because I clawed and fought myself. It wasn't about nobody else.
Yeah.
It was about this internal me versus me. And I won. You know what I'm saying? And I'm winning.
Yeah.
And I'm going to keep on winning.
Okay.
Yeah. That's.
I love that. An outcome. So, well, look, if you want to hear more of that book or that poem, Mama did write a book. I think it's absolutely amazing. And it is The Poetic Yogi.
Yes.
And it is
It's on Amazon.
It's on Amazon.
Yeah. Called The Words of Honey.
The Words of Honey. I told y'all she loved her honey now.
Yes, I did. Yes, I did.
Hey, check it out. So look, for real though, it's an amazing book. It's her first published poetry book, And I think it will always fall into the right hands of those who need it. Okay. So congratulations, by the way.
Thank you. Thank you.
Okay. So good. Well, look, this has been an incredible conversation. Y'all know how we do it at Dreamers and Doers, baby. This always go better than what we think it's gonna go. And we never know which way, just know we come up and we show out, baby.
Yes.
So first is first, mama. I just want to say thank you. This has been incredible. You coming to Africa for the first time, being out here, seeing me in my home.
Yes.
And if you know anything about my mama, she is about very free, like spirit, how she is. She's very like positive, and her energy is very, very good. So it's always nice to just have you around a lot of the times, and all the time. So yeah. Now, before we finish up though, I got an announcement. I want to show y'all something that I have been waiting to share with the world for a very long time. And yeah, and I think it's the best moment. I just decided to do this today. And a big part of it is because my mama's here right with me. So it's like it was a full circle moment. So give your boy a second. I got to go grab something right quick. Okay. I am getting ready to unravel something that I took a lot of time into. And this is a special moment because I just want to share it. And I have, it's taken me a minute to get to this point to really just open this up. Okay. So I'm going to open it and then I'm going to talk about it. But yeah, so let's see here. All right. This, my friends, the beautiful, the wonderful. This is my first book.
Yes.
Yes. So this is pretty cool. All right. Wow. It's pretty cool.
Do you see your name?
I see my name.
That's always the most.
So Dreamers and Doers, obviously this is where, inspired the podcast. I wrote this book last year around this time. One of my biggest goals and dreams was to write a book. And I was in a space last year where I was just searching. I had a lot of questions that I was asking. And I went on this journey to find these answers. And as I started to uncover this truth about myself, I started to notice a lot of moments, a lot of thoughts, a lot of instances where I felt as though maybe other people could connect to it as well, because we are all interconnected and we are all dreamers. And the most fascinating piece when it comes to achieving a dream is how did that person do it? What did they overcome? And how was the mindset throughout that journey to ultimately achieve what it is that they set out to achieve? And as I wrote this book, Dreamers and Doers, How to Turn Your Dreams into Reality, this is a practical book on not only for the common dreamer, but this is also for that person who was trying to figure out if their dreams are actually worthy, if they don't know how to dream, if somebody never allowed them to dream, if they are sitting there and wondering if their dreams are even necessary. And I just wanted to be that first voice because I got to remind myself each and every day that your dream is necessary, your dream is worthy, and your dream is needed, and we are all interconnected. If you are not participating in your dream or looking for whatever it is that you're here to do, you are essentially embracing or enabling the problem. And that's just something I don't think that we need, right? So I want to encourage everybody to, if you have a dream, to always follow that dream and know that you can not only just dream, but your dream can become a reality if you really decide for it to become that. All right. So this is a quick read and it's a phenomenal read. And this is my first time holding my first book in my hand. So it is, again, a lot more practical. And I just wanted to share just the intro of my book, Dreamers and Doers. Okay. So, sorry, y'all. It's a little crazy looking at my book for the first time. But, okay. So the intro is, we all start as dreamers. And that's a truth I'll carry through every page of this book. But there's a divide between dreaming and dooming. And at some point we hit a crossroads, and that choice is yours alone. No one else. Parents, friends, or colleagues can make it for you. And no one should care more about your dreams than you do. If you don't fight to make them real, why would anyone else? This book is your spark and your map, here to ignite your dreams, chart the road to reality, and give you the confidence to keep going. Dreamers are the heartbeat of the world. They see tomorrow, conjure bold ideas, and dare us to ask, what if? When we're too cozy with what is. Without them, progress stalls. No light bulbs from Edison, no telephones from Bell. Those dreamers were once like you, wrestling with doubt, dodging setbacks, tempting to settle. But they didn't. Edison tested 1,000 failures before he lit up the night. Bell chased a wild notion to connect voices across miles. Their wins came from action. And that's where this book meets you. When I traveled the world to study dreamers, from bustling cities to quiet villages, 2 lessons hit home. We're all connected. So your dream matters more than you know. It's your duty to chase it. And action, well, that's the bridge between dreamer and doer. Yet, it's where also so many fall or stall. In Brazil, I met a farmer who didn't just dream of clean water. He dug the well himself. That's the shift that we're making together. Through simple exercises, we're going to map where you stand today and build a plan to turn your what if into what's next. Dreamers alone don't shape the world, doers do. They take visions and wrestle them into reality, solving problems step by step. Dreamers might sketch flying cars. Doers design, test, and build them. Sometimes those roles live in one person. Sometimes they thrive in tandem. Either way, we need both. And this only works if you do. So let's dance, step by step, from vision to victory. And then we go into the power of dreams. So
That's amazing.
I am incredibly excited for y'all. If you, I got this, it's live on Amazon. And yeah, man, I wrote this in Tulum. So I took 6 months of just solitude, and I went to Mexico, and I was inspired, and I wrote this book in about, like I said, like 6 months, and I was finished with it around my birthday of this year, and I have not gotten to a point until I was ready to actually like announce it or put it out there until now. So this also is a book that genuinely I was living as I was writing it. All right. Like, y'all don't understand, like, writing this book was a dream of mine, and it allowed me to trust myself, which is something that I had to figure out how to do. Right. It allowed me to overcome this anxiety that I had of doing things that I know I was worthy of doing, and then seeing it come to reality and fruition. So this book is not only just a testament to what you can do when you actually stay consistent and disciplined in the actions that you say you're going to do, but it's also just a testament to say anything is possible if you really want it to become true and a reality. So super excited. Dreamers and Doers, How to Turn Your Dreams into Reality, written by your boy. And I'm incredibly excited for not only y'all to read this. Again, this is a practical roadmap. It's a different type of book, but it's something that I feel like can help you outline, give you actionable steps on how to start dreaming and then actually become the doing. All right. So again, short read, simple read, but more of a roadmap more than anything else. Okay. So tap in with me, Dreamers and Doers. Mama, Here you go.
Thank you.
All right. So,
Yeah. Oh, look at you going up the steps.
I know, I had to switch from the little white boy to the black boy. They always trying to switch me up. You know what I mean? So,
Very proud of you. This is amazing. Congratulations.
thank you, Mama.
Congratulations. Good job.
So yeah. So now y'all know where Dreamers and Doers come from. This is the Dreamers and Doers podcast. If you are a dreamer, just know your dreams are worthy. If you are looking to become a doer, it's best to start now, because the longer you wait, baby, the harder it's gonna get. I love y'all. Let's stay tapped in. Let's lock in. Until next time, let's get to it, baby.